It's time to join our commentators, Barry McGuigan and first John Rawling.
The biggest fight of Cobra Froch's career. When he took the title, defeating Jean Pascal, it was one of the fights of the year. He will in all probability have to move on a level if he is to retain his title tonight against Jermain Taylor, once the best middleweight in the world, and now bidding to assert himself as the best super middleweight. Cobra Froch, I have to say, in that corner, looks a little bit tense, looks a little bit nervous, and Jermain Taylor has a reputation of being a real fast starter. Remember, against Kelly Pavlik, he had him down early in the first fight before Pavlik got up and rallied to defeat him, and Taylor has exuded confidence all week in the run-up to this.
Yeah, I have to say that's the most nervous I've seen Froch in all his career. He's definitely looking a bit... Now, of course, the action was only just started, but most apprehensive, and a fairly hostile crowd against him, I have to tell you.
Yeah, he's very much out of the comfort zone, if you like. Froch, who craves international superstardom. That's a good shot from Taylor. He looked really relaxed, didn't he, Barry, as he made his way in, Taylor, but of course he's been there, done it, and that right hand, as Froch tends a tendency to hold that left hand low, Taylor says that he will get him and hit him almost at will. Yeah,
he's got to watch in the first couple of rounds, because Taylor's going to bring the speed of a middleweight up with him. He was an outstanding amateur as well, so he's got to keep those hands a bit higher. I didn't think he was going to actually start off with the hands low, but that's a normal sort of thing for Froch. He's not going to change old dog's new trick sort of attitude, but he's got to just make sure and get started.
Taylor, who's slightly the taller man, maybe has a slight reach advantage. Froch says that strength will be on his side and that he trusts in the power that's brought him 19 stoppage wins in his 24 pro fights in that career, which goes back to 2002. But I have to say that Taylor has started well here.
Yeah, Taylor has started well. Good right hands over the top. But I always thought that was going to happen, in fairness, because Froch does leave himself open against Jean Pascal. He done the same thing in the early stages of the fight. It was very worrying for us sitting ringside, because he was nailed hard and often. So he's got to be careful against this guy too. He's just got to keep that left hand marginally higher. But there's nothing in it at this stage. Taylor's made the slightly better start.
Taylor just looks as though at this stage he has maybe the edge in hand speed, perhaps a little bit of tension in Froch. Sure, he's going to have a few doubts in his mind. First time that he's fought in this sort of an environment. That's better.
The right hand. Your hands in. He's got to try and back Taylor up. That's the way to beat him. Against Pavlik too, he was much more effective when he backed Pavlik up. When Pavlik backed him up, it was a different story. And Froch has got to use his natural strength, and the fact that he's campaigned all his career at super middleweight. Good left hook from Taylor as well. So he's looking sharper at the beginning, isn't he?
He certainly is. Taylor has really settled into this one, and Froch has got to relax, and he's got to find this arena to his liking somehow. Better work again from Taylor in the closing seconds of this opening round. And from my card anyway, Barry, you're the one who's been there, you've done it.
Yeah, definitely.
Froch, I think that slipped away from him.
Yeah, definitely. That was a Taylor round.
Be sharper on the jab. Don't wait on him. If you're not ready to punch, just move around, okay? You're listening to me. You're listening to me. You're with me. Yeah, let's get this jab and right hand working now.
There's some of the action from the opening round, and there you see the hand speed of Taylor. That was a really good right hand. Now, Carl, I think you got the message loud and clear from Robert McCracken. Just settle down and do what you've been practicing in the long weeks of preparation at the training camp up by Niagara Falls.
Yeah, most people suggested that Taylor would start fast, and Froch has just got to be keeping those hands slightly higher, work at a slightly better pace than he's normally used to, because he's fighting the guy away from home as well.
And you heard also in the corner that they were talking about, we know that he would start fast, and Froch has said that he thinks that Taylor's got stamina problems. Well, we'll see. High-risk strategy maybe, knowing that the other guy is going to take the early rounds. He's certainly taken the opening rounds. Jermain Taylor, the 30-year-old challenger. good hand speed.
Good jab from Taylor too. He's not got to allow that to happen, Froch. Froch has got to try and keep his jab and back him up as much as he can. I think that's the way to beat Taylor, backing him up.
Taylor's got power himself. 17 knockout wins. And I know, speaking to a few people in the run-up to this, those whose opinions I really respect, and they've said, yeah, Jermain Taylor, he might have had one or two indifferent performances, but he might still have great performances within him.
Yeah, he's got fast hands. It's the fast hands that you've got to be careful with. But he's just got to keep those hands slightly higher, and he's got to work a slightly better pace and try and put Taylor on the back foot as opposed to letting him come forward. He's just got to try and increase the pace, but there's very little in it at this stage, and fairly predictable really at this stage.
Good jab again from Taylor. Oh goodness me, he tried to unwind with that, didn't he?
Yeah, there's wind in that right hand. That's better from Froch. He's got to use those straight shots, get those hands slightly higher and back. Taylor up, take the centre of the ring away, and when he steps back, he's got to take his space.
Against Jean Pascal, he first of all, Froch was really the macho man, wasn't he? Taking the first 5 or 6 rounds, and then when Pascal had blown himself out, Froch relied on boxing skills to win that world title.
He was genuinely hurt in the early stages of the fight against Pascal. Genuinely hurt, and he can't allow this guy to nail him properly. He's got to keep those hands marginally higher and just get the jab working and just try to increase the pace more and feint more often and back Taylor up like that. Throw the right hand as well.
It's done better in this second round for me, Barry. He's settled down into it a bit, Froch. Looked very, very tense in the opener.
Yeah.
But he doesn't necessarily want to get dragged into a toe-to-toe war.
Yeah.
And Taylor's showing readiness to trade. An exciting, dramatic last few seconds.
The fight out of him, but don't pull out. Get these gloves up and use these gloves to block, all right?
Well, Robert McCracken saying that it's one apiece there, Barry. I'm not so sure.
I didn't agree with that. I thought Taylor won both those rounds. Just nicked the second, but clearly won the first. But he said to him, you've got to keep those hands up. This is the thing we all were worried about early in the fight. He's going, he's got to keep those hands a bit a bit higher, and he's got to throw more shots. He's got to work a bit harder. He tends to be a bit lackadaisical in the early stages of the fight, Froch. At this stage, he's lost those first 2 rounds, so he's got to pick the pace up.
And I'm sure that Robert McCracken would have been just a little bit concerned the way that he was prepared at the end of that second round to gamble, to wing in long shots and to trade with Taylor. And as we've said, that's better from Froch. That's a really good left hand.
That's the way he's got to do it. Straight shots up the middle, and then when he gets him to the ropes, as Robert said, just shorten the shot, shorten the hooks, and then get those off quickly.
You can see Taylor, though, looking for that right hand. Froch says, yeah, it looks as though I get caught a lot, but I ride a lot of the punches. Well, we'll see. Maybe that he'll have to.
Good left hook, that's better. The right hand should be on the back of that too. That's more like it. Good stuff from Froch. He's got to back the champion or the challenger up. That's the way to do it. He's got to just bully him, use his physical strength.
He's visibly growing in confidence, Froch. He doesn't want to drop his hands, though.
He has that annoying habit of keeping those hands, waist high. I just don't understand that from the fight.
Taking a big right hand.
There, it's hurt him.
Big right hand from Taylor.
It's come back well, Froch. But those hands are so seriously low. Even look at Taylor's relaxed, but his hands are up near his chest and up near his chin.
He's
almost
almost
pull him up in a second.
Almost inviting him to come in, isn't he? The way he drops those hands like that, and he got punished for it. Taylor's fancying it. Froch started the round well.
Good start to the round, but he was badly hurt there. Not badly hurt, but he was hurt.
Stunned.
And he can't allow that to continue to happen.
Another right hand. Taylor's moving in, trying to punish Froch. And Froch looks a little bit disorganised. And he's gone! For the first time in his career, Carl Froch is on the floor. He's never been down as an amateur or a pro. This is real danger signs for Carl Froch. Taylor will look to finish it right here, right now, in this third round.
There's only 20 seconds left in the round, so he can survive, but he didn't look that badly hurt, but he was shaking early in the round. That was a tremendous right hand over the top. Why does he do it with these hands, chest high or waist high? He's got to get them up higher.
Now the conditioning tells. How will he recover? And the bell cannot
get through this
come
round.
a moment too soon. He goes back to his corner a little bit disconsolately, stunned, shaken, and on the wrong end of a 10-8.
Put your legs out. You had that round under control, and then you went in for a big shot and left yourself wide open.
Look at him here. Look at the way he looks nervous. He's afraid of this right hand coming over the top. And there's the second one. Hit him on the cheekbone, not on the chin. He looks confused from the start of this fight. He's looked like he's a little out of kilter. And I can see that Robert McCracken in the corner. He's got to get his hands up. He's got to be sharper.
Normally, Robert McCracken, such a cool and composed character, but that's about as close to a riot act as I've ever heard him deliver to Carl Froch. And Froch now knows he's been down in that third round. If he's going to win it, he's got to win big, and he's got to somehow settle into this fight. Taylor at the moment is looking a potential champion.
Well, I know we disagree in the second round, John, but I have this 4 rounds up for Taylor. That's more like it, Froch. You've got to back him up. You've got to throw your punches straight and switch your hooks. Of course, his head is still groggy and he's still trying to clear his head, but he's got to get into this fight.
Got to impose himself. He's surely, I think, got to have nerves which are consuming him in the run-up to this fight. And has that contributed to what has been a really slow start? Anxious moments, and he's not really worked Jermain Taylor out yet.
Yeah, he's not. Well, nothing's working for him so far, and he's walking on the punches. Even when he's taking the fight to Taylor, it's not tidy. It's not the normal Froch. He's normally got a beautiful rapier-like left jab, but he's still trying to fight to clear his head. But he's got to have a bit of luck soon. He's got to try and hurt Taylor.
Taylor was full of the kidology, wasn't he, in the run-up to this fight? He was saying that it was a bit embarrassing that his fans didn't know who Carl Froch was and that he was in a different league to him. Froch just laughed it off, but I wonder if those barbs have maybe stung just a little bit. And there's a bit of uncertainty about the Nottingham favourite.
The build-up to this fight, you looked at the two guys' records, and Taylor is definitely mixed in much better company, albeit losing to the major guys, but except Bernard Hopkins. But it's he has mixed in better company, and this is a real step up for Froch. So
he's boxed better in this round, though.
Yeah, he's
Barry.
much better in this round.
He's
starting to get his shots off. He's just got to loosen up. He's too stiff, and he's got to get those hands moving. Just got to punch more.
Taylor's not been able to follow up the advantage that he established in the third round so far here in the fourth. Froch has done well, trying to work off the jab, as his trainer Robert McCracken was saying. Looking for that big right hand.
Yeah, still not hitting the target with it. He's got to get that left jab going. He's got to start nailing Taylor, and he's got to start hurting him, because at this stage he's just not hitting the target quickly enough.
Referee Michael Ortega trying to keep it clean, and there was a good left hand went in, a good body shot from Taylor, which instantaneously got a buzz of response from ringside, and the judges, I'm sure, cannot help to be swayed just a little bit by the fact that the support is so overwhelmingly at ringside in favour of Jermain Taylor. We move now into the fifth round. And Froch, who won this title and said that he wants in the next 4 years to make himself a superstar of world boxing, has it all to do here in Connecticut.
Better start from him now.
Good jabs from Taylor, good hand speed from the American.
That's better from Froch. He's got to start working now and keep him on the back foot, keep him backing up.
Taylor had the chance to take this fight over in the UK, and made no secret of the fact that he didn't want to. He said, well, why should I?
Double left hook as he walked forward there, John. Walked on to double left hook, Taylor. Again, he's not even feinting. If you look at him here, it's what's happening is Taylor's drawing his lead first and then countering him a lot. He's not able to back him up effectively, Froch. He's got to get that jab going. He's got to get the right hand. And his hands are down too low, and he's showing his shots too much. And they step up in class. Taylor's able to see them.
Bad Intentions is Jermain Taylor's ring nickname, and he's full of them tonight.
Yeah, more feints. Use that jab and then bang the right hand over the top.
When you think Froch was down heavily in the third round, though, he has come back well.
Yeah, he's come back terrifically well.
Showing his conditioning and his strength.
Again, he's still been outsped here with this jab and those shots. And again, he's not effective when he's backed up. That's a good right hand, mind. A good right hand from Froch. Just better punch picking, I think, at this stage from Taylor, isn't it, John? Just sharper, marginally quicker in every department.
Yep, not a lot between them in these last 2 rounds. But he has come in here sharp, and he's well conditioned clearly. Back of that win against Jeff Lacey. People made maybe a little bit too much of that because Lacey hasn't been the same since Joe Calzaghe got hold of him. But Taylor here is boxing well.
I agree. He's just marginally quicker and looking more impressive with all those shots. And his hands are higher there, and he's able to get him up to block that right hand over the top from Froch so far.
At last, though, Froch is just starting to be able to maybe back him up a little bit.
Yeah, he's starting to force him back, but he's not effective with his aggression at this stage. He's still not effective. Still not landing with enough of those punches. Good right uppercut, just whiskered past the chin of Jermain Taylor. But again, Taylor just looking the better of the two.
Oh, a bit of afters there, and referee Michael Ortega had to step between them. Bit of feeling. Good crowd packed into the arena. And Froch, as they move towards the 6th round, really does have it all to do. Is the title going to change hands? A first defence for Carl Froch. Is it all going horribly wrong?
I've given him a share of the last round, John, but I haven't given him a clear round up until now. So, you know, he needs to step up. He needs to. It's all, you know, it's an uphill struggle at this stage. He really has got to do something spectacular. He really has to hurt Taylor. Got to increase the tempo. Got to throw more punches chest high, and he's got to work his jab because everything works off the jab. If you can't get that going, nothing else works after. The combinations just don't work. And he just looks like he's struggling the whole way through this fight so far, Froch. He's been outboxed, and he's just not getting the shots off.
I got a little bit closer for what it's worth. Second round, I thought Froch maybe edged it, and possibly the 4th as well, as he recovered from that 3rd round knockdown. But there's no question as to who's ahead on the cards. And Taylor is looking full of confidence, isn't he? Look at the speed of that jab.
I mean, Robert. Oh, good right hand. It's the start of it.
That's Froch's best punch of the fight.
That's a beautiful shot. Absolutely. God, he's not taking advantage of that, John. He should be stepping up. Should be stepping the pace up and trying to whack those shots straight through. I mean, so much for holding your hands a bit higher, like Robert McCracken said. He hasn't lifted those hands once. You know, these are ingrained old bad habits. He's got to get those hands higher and not let Taylor come back at him. That's better. It's a much better work from
He's visibly growing in confidence, Froch. The 3rd round and that awful knockdown. It's disappearing. The memory is starting to be erased. He's really into this fight now.
His head's starting to clear, obviously, but you know, he keeps getting caught like that. Even that one was a cuffing one round the back. You know, those hands are so low. Shoo.
That's your head. That's your head inside.
It's better from Froch. Got to keep it up. Got to keep working at this guy. Back him up, but get them hands slightly higher. Keep the jab going. Keep the intensity going.
Froch has come over here and gambled so much, really. He's got a $700,000 guarantee as a paycheck, and that is not huge for effectively risking your title and risking your career to an extent in this sort of magnitude of contest.
It's better work from Froch. He's just got to keep doing it. He's got to keep bullying him. Got to throw more punches and actually put them chest high for Taylor, and then get the hands up when he's finished punching. But much better work in this round.
Step out.
A couple of good chopping right hands from Froch have found the target. Always the punch from Froch which tends to do the most damage throughout his career. It's good though, a good finish to the round.
Good finish from Taylor, yeah. Good right hand again off a left hook. But I give that's the first round I give to Cobra Froch. Clear round.
Froch has gone 12 rounds on 3 occasions. He's used to fighting the championship distance.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't look himself in this fight. This, I know, again, we talk about a step up in class, but he looks out of kilter here. He's definitely not himself. He's got to work harder. He's got to try and take the fight to Taylor. He's got to back him up at this stage because he's not winning these rounds enough. As I said, last one's the first one I gave him, but he's got to increase the tempo considerably.
Jermain Taylor's promoter, Lou DiBella, has said that if his man loses this one, effectively his career is over. So that's how much it means to Jermain Taylor.
It's better from Froch again. The jab working, but he's got to be firing off right hands and left hooks after it too. He's been outsped here, as I said. He's obviously very anxious. Good right hand. But he's anxious about what Taylor's going to come back with, so he's throwing 1 punch or 2 punches at a time. Should be throwing 3 and 4.
Just get the impression in this round that Taylor may be just taking a little bit of a foot off the gas sort of round, maybe just blowing a bit, having a bit of a breather. Just an impression.
Still a good left hand there from Taylor. Yeah, he has not been known in the past to drop his pace in the second stage of the fight, and he does tend to switch off. His concentration is not as good, but Froch looking good at the early stage of the fight, but then slightly hurt.
Early stage of the round. What can Taylor do in the closing seconds? Good hand speed with that left hand and showing the footwork as well to match. You can hear the chants which are going up for Jermain Taylor.
See, Froch is having to do what he's not used to doing. He likes guys to come to him and pick them off. He's now having to take the fight to Taylor, and it's uncomfortable territory, and he has been picked. When he lands 1 or 2 shots, he has been caught with counters by Taylor. Taylor's boxing very slick, but Froch is, I think, for the best part of this round, just doing the better work and being more aggressive.
Every punch which Taylor lands, of course, gets the roar from the American crowd.
That's better.
But Froch has matched him at least in this round, and it's one of his better rounds, I think, of the contest so far. They move towards the last few seconds. 7th round over. Got himself back into this fight. He's worked his way back as Froch after what was a pretty awful opening. Remember, just joining us, he was down in the 3rd and down heavily. First time he's been floored in his entire career as an amateur or a professional.
You see, and having to deal with that too, John, that's a very difficult thing to come back from. Then you have 9 more rounds in the fight, so it's just trying to get over that and trying to get back into the fight and trying to get. For him, for Froch, it's just trying to get the shots off in combinations. It's not what he's used to doing, and he has to throw more shots here, has to pick it up. And it's, as I say, it's doing something he's not good at against a classy, higher standard opponent.
Fair few of these punches are being taken on arms and gloves by Taylor, but Froch is still getting in there and throwing and trying to make what he sees as his superior strength tell. He's starting to bully Taylor back more than he was earlier in the fight.
Well, he has to. He's way behind here. He's got to work on this. He's got to step the pace up. He's got to throw more punches. He's got to use his jab. And when he gets his shots off, as McCracken said, he's got to get his hands back up.
Good shot, good left hand from Froch. Just starting to get to Taylor a little bit more. Good left hand that Taylor had to absorb. You just wonder how the judges are going to be scoring this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of the rounds, Barry, have been close. Is it going to be the hometown syndrome?
Yeah, who knows? That's a good left jab from Froch. Froch is working the jab more, but Again, not enough punches, not enough aggression. He's got to take it to him. He's got to initiate the attacks more often. He can't allow Taylor to take the centre of the ring because he's doing his best work from the centre. You got to back him up. That's a good right hand. The legs seem to go on Taylor there. Good right hand from Froch. But again, he's got to throw more shots and then get his head moving or get his hands up.
Sure whether Taylor was hurt by that or stunned, or whether he was just caught off balance, but certainly the man who's forcing it in this round is Froch, and so often American judges particularly impressed by the aggressor, and it's Froch who's coming forward trying to make this now.
Yeah, he's initiating the things, he's taking the fight to Taylor, so they do like aggression, the American judges, no doubt. That's what he's got to do. He's got to bully him like that and then not get caught with the counter.
Good footwork from Taylor getting him out of that corner, but he wasn't really able to land too much, but that's a solid right hand. And again, Froch in the closing seconds of the 8th looks a little bit disorganised. Big left hand as well. And Froch in anxious times as they come to the last few seconds of another dramatic round.
It's very worrying for Froch. Froch looks in big trouble here.
I've got Froch at least a couple of rounds behind, and I think you've got it a bit wider, Barry.
Yeah, I have it even wider. I'll count it up in a minute when the action stops, and they'll tell you the action is fantastic here. It's a better jab. But again, he still looks like he's confused. He still looks like he's fighting through a haze here, and the fast and quicker punches are coming from Taylor. Just not able to stop this guy. He's not able to force him back, and he hasn't hurt him yet really badly. Seemed like he staggered him in the last round, but not enough.
Froch is a power puncher. He got respect throughout the sport for particularly that concussive right hand, but Taylor has been able to provide the elusive target for the most part. Froch hasn't really been able to detonate as yet.
He's just not fluid enough, and as Robert McCracken said in the corner, he's just not using his jab. Everything works off the jab. His hands are low. He's throwing 1 or 2 shots and then getting picked off with the counters, and his work is looking sloppy and untidy, and he's been hurt several times, so he really has so much to do, and this is great. This is really spurring stuff from Froch, but again, he's switching off. He's got to keep the pressure on this guy and keep the intensity. Taylor looks so dangerous with those sweeping shots, doesn't he?
He does, but this is where Froch said it would be his fight as they come towards the finishing line. He said he would be the stronger and last the better. Taylor just sort of said he'd taken to school, didn't he? And to an extent, you can say that Taylor has shown himself to be the superior boxer here.
No doubt about it. His punches are sharper, his combinations are slicker, and he's not getting nailed the way Froch is getting hit square every single time, and he just keeps switching off after he throws 1 or 2 punches. And you know, we must remember he's never been knocked down before. This is a new experience for him. He's having to deal with all of this. He thinks he's hurt Taylor here again, running in recklessly, running on to punches.
Yeah, but Barry, Taylor is just, you sense again as they come towards the end of this 9th round, you just sense that he's maybe just allowing his own work rate to drop a bit, and that stamina problem that we've talked about might yet still be a factor.
Yes, definitely. I mean, Froch has got to pick it up, but he still looks wide open.
Okay, listen, we need big rounds here, okay? Because of that knockdown and 1 or 2 rounds, you're probably 2 or 3 down. We need the hook.
That's interesting, John. I have him 2 rounds down as well. How do you have him?
I got it a wee bit closer, just by a round, but I've got Taylor ahead.
He's got to hurt this guy. He hasn't hurt him, you know, significantly hurt him through the fight, and I thought that he would have hurt him by this stage, and he hasn't done that, and he's been hurt several times himself, so he really has to pull something out of the bag here, something spectacular, because right now, you know, he's well down, and you know, that's us having him 2 rounds down. God knows what the judges have him.
They started this one with a determination to unload big shots as Froch trying to walk Taylor down and drive him back across the ring.
These are the 3 most important rounds of his life. He really has got to do something big here. This is a huge fight for him. He's got to pull something out of the bag here. He's got to fight with everything he's got.
This is the one where he's trying to make a statement of intent to the whole boxing world. Jermain Taylor, remember, the man who twice beat Bernard Hopkins. He was once the best middleweight on the planet. He's mixed at high level, and Froch has it all to do.
Froch is doing the right thing, punching straight down the pipe with those shots. He's put 2 and 3 together. But again, switches off afterwards. He's got to recover quicker, get his hands up and move his head. He's tired, of course. He's put a lot of effort into this fight so far. He's been hurt himself, and he's got to come from being way down. He is way down, you know. He's got to do something spectacular here. Really has got to nail and hurt Taylor badly.
But as you score it on this round, he's done well so far in the first half of this 10th. Can he maintain it? Can he keep the intensity and throw the punches that his corner are demanding?
Step back. Step back.
Referee's done a pretty good job in this fight of keeping the action flowing.
Yeah, Taylor is looking like he's tiring a bit, so Froch has got to step it up. But again, coming back to the eye-catching punches, as McCracken said, you know, he's throwing shots like this, then he switches off, Taylor comes back at him. Good right hand again from Froch. He's got to keep on top of this guy. Got to bully him at this stage, back him up and bully him.
Froch says he is the best super middleweight in the world. WBA champion Mikkel Kessler. Lucien Boutte, the IBF champion. They could be fights somewhere down the line if he can get past Jermain Taylor. And that's another big eye-catching right hand from the American, the sort which impresses the judges.
Again, Froch is hesitating because he's coming square on. And again, Cole with a good left hook. He's got to do more eye-catching punching. He's got to work harder. He really has got to work harder.
Last few seconds, who can stage the grandstand finish for this, the 10th round? It's a 12-rounder, remember. The WBC super middleweight title, which Froch worked so hard to acquire that he won by defeating Jean Pascal. That's what's at stake. The last 2 rounds then, absolutely key. It really is in the balance, this one.
This is crucial. This is crucial. Froch has got to fight the 2 best rounds of his life.
He might be behind. He's got to bully Taylor, which is what he's trying to do. Seems so long ago, doesn't it, that he was on the seat of his pants in that 3rd round. Looked as though it was all going wrong. But has he done enough to pull himself back?
That's a better start to the round from Froch. But again, you know, he's got to, and McCracken keeps saying, you've got to stop switching off after you've punched. Get your hands back up and move your head side to side after you've punched with that 1, 2, 3 straight. Just got to keep on top of him. Keep on top of Taylor.
Decent right hand again. There's not a huge amount coming back from Taylor now.
Yeah, but Froch is tired too. You can see him sighing there when he misses with that right hand. He's got to get those shots going. He's got to try harder. Again, dangerous left uppercut from Taylor.
Let's go, step back, Jermain.
The Froch corner thinking that Taylor is trying to con his way through rounds now, trying to just nick rounds.
Good uppercut, but not enough. Where's the left hook? Come on, Froch, you got to work harder.
You're holding and hitting, okay? You can't hit. Hold, let's go.
So much at stake. That's good from Taylor.
Good work, accurate work. Oh!
Right hand in there, Barry. Right hand from Taylor. Froch took it well, but it landed pretty flush. Now it's Macho Man time from Cobra Froch. He's digging deep and trying to really tee off.
Great right hand, left uppercut. Got to stay on top of him. Get them hands up. Come on, his hands are low. So dangerously low.
Oh, dear me. Another good shot from Taylor. And listen to the response of the crowd. Every time he lands one of those big punches, they're on their feet, and this is anxious moment again for Froch as he's bullied back. What a round.
Oh, yeah.
What a round, Barry.
Tremendous round. I mean, Froch, by and large, pushed him back and looked like doing the better work, but the flashy stuff is coming from Taylor. So how do you separate these guys at this stage?
Who wants it the more? And who is landing the cleaner shots? The chance are for Taylor.
Break. Step back, guys. Let's go.
The last few seconds of a really richly dramatic 11th round. And Taylor has rallied.
Oh, he hurt him there. Hurt him with that left hook, Froch. He really did hurt him.
Step back. Let's go.
But he's exhausted. You can see Froch is really tired here. He's sloppy with his combinations.
Huge effort from Froch in that round, but the more eye-catching work came from Jermain Taylor, and the crowd is loving every moment.
I give it an even round because of the fact he walked onto so many clean shots, and the more eye-catching stuff coming from Taylor. Still, I give it an even round, so I have him 1 round down, but into the last round. So he really has to win this big, Froch.
Well, I've got it the same by not the same route. I actually think Taylor won that last round, but it could well be all on this final round. 3 minutes could decide the destiny of this world title fight. Carl Froch, can he dig deep? He's been told by his corner, you've not only got to win it, you've got to win it big. It cannot be spelt out more clearly. Good left hand from Froch.
Yeah, he's really going for it here, Froch. But he's walking on the shots as he comes in. He's got to be tidy and a little bit more careful. But he's just too tired to be able to think of things like that. He knows he's got to go get this guy.
Seconds ticking away. Froch needs a huge round.
That's better.
He
Much
knows
better
it.
work.
He knows it. The 31-year-old from
That's a
Nottingham.
good right hand. The legs behind, and Taylor, again, he's on him like a shot.
He senses now that this could be his moment. There's a big right hand.
Oh, his legs is gone. Taylor's legs are gone, definitely.
Taylor's in trouble. Wanting to hold on. He's dazed, bemused, looks across to his corner, looking for guidance. But there's only one man who can sort this out.
Oh, he's still hurt, John. His legs are unsteady there. Good work from Froch.
Could it be extraordinarily that Froch might take him out? He believes he can end this. He's trying to knock him out. Naked bravery. Carl Froch has rallied and shown a real champion's resolve. And just look
good
at
right
this.
hand over the top. Taylor's in trouble. He's in real trouble here. Good combination from Froch. Oh, Froch
Taylor
is
is
tired.
unravelling before our eyes. He's fighting on instinct.
What a fight. What a fight.
Landed a couple of big right hands of his own, Taylor. But Froch again goes looking for the American. Can he take him out?
down.
He has! He has, and it might be that this fight is going to end right here. I don't think Taylor can get up. He's counts at 8, at 9. Well, that was... If that wasn't a long count, it certainly looked like he was given every moment of those 10 seconds. But Froch can end this fight
big
right
attack.
now. Nothing coming back from Taylor.
Oh, he
It's
stopped
all
it.
over. It's all over with 15 seconds to go in the very last round. What a turnaround.
What a finish.
Carl Froch, who was down in the 3rd round, told by his corner that he needed a big last round. It means so much to him. He is still the champion of the world, and that is a real champion's performance in those last 3 minutes. Just stunning. This is how the end came.
And right hand over the top was the one, and he followed it up with another right hand here. This is the initial knockdown. This is where he hurt him. Another beautiful right hand through the middle. And it was all downhill from here.
We're told he was behind on 2 of the judges' scorecards by 4 rounds. So he really did need this knockout.
Yeah, and I think he knew that. Down deep, he knew that. So he had to pull out this type of a finish. Just non-stop punching until the referee jumps in. And referee he gave up. Look at Taylor's face there. He knew he was gone at that stage.
Carl Froch really showed, it might not have been sweet science stuff, but what a fighting man. I mean, where does that stand for you, Barry?
Well, you can't compare it with Lloyd Hunnigan or someone like Ken Buchanan because he was coming back, but what a comeback. Like Doug DeWitt, Nigel Benn back in the late 80s, what a performance.
Outstanding performance, and we can now get confirmation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes 46 seconds in round number 12. Our referee in charge, Michael Ortega, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of spectacular knockout. He is still undefeated and still the WBC super middleweight champion of the world, Carl the Cobra Froch.
A performance in which Carl Froch can take real pride. He still has the WBC belt.